Mayhem.
She's a Mayhem.
I'd like to call to order the Utility Service Board meeting for the City of Lawrence on this November 9, 2016. And it appears that we do have a quorum present. And we will begin with the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting from October 25, 2016. Those have been sent out to you electronically. I would entertain a motion that the minutes be approved.
I'd move the minutes be approved since I was at the meeting.
Moved and seconded. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Payment of claims. The claims have also been sent out to you electronically. We would entertain a motion for the approval of the payment of claims.
So moved.
Been moved, and is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion or questions regarding any of the claims? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The claims are approved for payment. Report of Utility Superintendent.
Good evening. Just a couple updates. We're working on the PER, and we have addressed comments with Westler yesterday on that, and we should be able to distribute those per our schedule on November 11th. I don't know why we put November 11th since we're closed, but I'm going to be here in the afternoon. I'm going to take delivery for Westler on those, and I can make arrangements to get them to you guys, or if you want to, I can have them here. You guys can just stop and pick them up Monday. It's up to you guys. But there's a copy for each of you to go over, and then on the meeting at the 22nd is when Westler will do their presentation and then take any questions you might have concerning the items in the PER, and that's for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund loan project.
Okay, so those would be available for us at your office or here at?
Well, we can work that out. I think you can just email with me, and I can literally deliver it to you.
How big a document is it, or is it something that's emailable?
It's a notebook about that.
Okay.
It's not huge. A lot of exhibits and stuff like that.
What's the preference?
Whichever's best for you. I'm open to either way.
Yeah, if you would just send me emails how you want to do it, and I'll
Okay.
make sure you guys get it.
Okay.
And then working moving forward on the Lawrence Community Park ditch cleanup. Ms. Wright has submitted the removal and restoration plan 2 items, so we should be hearing from them, I would imagine, in the next couple of weeks. And then other than that, it's just work as usual. We've got our if you'll look down through your the operational data details, we did the aerator now is fixed at Richard, the one that suffered the collapse, and the well 15 stabilization project is completed as well. Those were 2 big pending items, and those are now complete.
All right. Anyone have any questions for Scott?
I don't.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
I like getting the reports in advance, so
Pardon?
I like getting the reports in advance, so it makes it easier.
All right. Unfinished business, I do not believe we have any that I know of. And new business, covenant approvals, one for 11006 Ravinia Way, Oakland Hills, Dice Lot 328, and the other is 6623 Colville Place, Woods at Indian Lake, Lot 50. would entertain a motion that these covenants be approved.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Not. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Covenants are approved. Approval of Indiana Oxygen contract. This is an addendum to an existing contract. It's a 5-year contract. Entertain a motion that the Indiana Oxygen contract be approved.
Also move.
Moved and seconded.
I'm sorry, who was the
Karen.
second? Okay, thank you.
Are there any questions regarding the
Addendum.
addendum?
This is just the indemnification. Was it something that just was omitted on the original contract, you know, Jim?
I think it was. I think Maura had them resubmit it, and it wasn't on that original contract as it came back.
Okay.
So she got it corrected.
Looks pretty standard.
Okay. Any other questions? Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The addendum to the Indiana Oxygen contract is approved. Next order of business is the London Whitty engagement contract. Entertain a motion that that be approved.
I couldn't open that one on my, when I got it, but for some reason the document wouldn't open. And so I didn't get a chance to review that one. If you happen to have a copy.
Yeah, here, I can go get it.
I don't want you to
Dale's
have
got
to
a
do
copy.
that. If somebody else has a copy. Here we go, I've got a copy.
It's pretty straightforward, I think. Jason, if you maybe want to.
I think I need did I get a motion to approve that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to approve it.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Now Jason is here to address that.
Yeah, this is, excuse me, a pretty standard contract. What we are wanting London Whitty to do is, the city collectively has about 18 bank accounts. Those have not been reconciled for years. So we have been working in the controller's office on 17 of those bank accounts, and those have been reconciled. They've been reconciled through basically year to date. The last one remaining is the utility bank account, and given the volume of transactions occurring in there, we need more manpower. So this will be to assist us getting that reconciled for this year.
So did we just not question the contract, so did we, what's the word? Did we continue to have these segregated accounts, or did we get rid of some of these accounts?
I'm sorry?
Did we continue to have these accounts, or did we get rid of some of these accounts? Or did we need to? Did we even need to?
Our utility accounts are separated from other city accounts, so the only, we have a Huntington Bank account, the only utility, or city funds in that account are the utilities, which would be the water and sewer accounts. And those would remain at Huntington. The other 17 are really primarily city accounts,
They have no relevance.
and those
to
will be
utilities.
consolidated at some point.
That was the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Would they be eventually consolidated?
Yes.
Jason, do you have a feel for the dollar volume of this agreement?
I do not yet, and I think the reason for that is, given the volume of transactions in this account, we probably have on a monthly basis 1,000-ish deposits, and until they get in and actually start evaluating that, they'll be going from January basically through October. But once they get in, they'll be able to give us an estimate, and I can bring that back if you'd like, but I think that's fair on their part. They don't know how much work it's going to be yet.
Do you think it's 2,000 or 20,000 or something in that range, or,
Closer to the second number would be my
Okay.
guess.
but not 200,000?
No.
Well, with
And-
that, oh, I'm sorry.
No, and this is within the budgeted money that you've been working with?
It is, and I would say, quite honestly, it's an emergency, because just given the nature of the activity in those accounts and that we've never reconciled those. They're catching us up. Once we're caught up, we'll be able to do that ourselves going forward. But given the volume of transactions, we could do it right now, but we may not be done until this time next year.
Yeah.
And I want to get it done by year end.
So question statement. So what budget, he said this was within a budget. And before I even say that, let me get a disclaimer. I understand you're cleaning up years of stuff, so I'm clear, okay? But to have just it's gonna cost, we have no idea, and not have a cap, a little concerns me. As opposed to saying, because we can say the high end close to 20, but what happens if, once they get in there, it's 200,000? And so that's the only reason I would say, I think we need some kind of cap.
I wouldn't disagree with you, and if they get in 2 days and they come back to me and say it's going to be 200,000, I would say, thank you. We'll, unfortunately have to do this ourselves, and it may take a year. It's not going to be that high. The budget that was referenced is existing utility, both water and sewer, and other professional services. So I'm comfortable that we have available budget to, in a worst-case scenario, fund this.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, Jason, just along that same line, and maybe Jim, you can speak to this. There's a paragraph in the letter about a lesser rate if it ever got down to it, because there is a concern about cost. So if you look at that, I think it's that last page, it says,
Sure, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, up under compensation, it kind of says the maximum per hour rate, and then in the last sentence is, the hourly rate of any individual assigned to this engagement were less than the amount specified above, the lower rate would be charged. So is that some attempt to kind of manage that we don't?
I think that's standard language they put in there, depending on the title or rank, if you will, of the personnel that would be working on this engagement. I think the best course of action would be to give approval for this contract today. I'll have them come in, and once they have a better handle on the volume and the scope of the work, I can come back to the board and give the not to exceed number that they will provide.
Okay.
But I don't think they have until they actually get a handle on the volume of transactions, it wouldn't be fair for them, quite frankly, to put a not to exceed number without them knowing how much work there is.
Anything further?
No, thank you.
If there's nothing further, call for the vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The engagement is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Account adjustments, I do not believe that we have any this evening.
No.
And remonstration of ratepayer dispute regarding disconnect notice. I do not see any. And citizen comments. I do not see any. We do have our mayor here with us this evening. I didn't know whether you, Mayor Collier, had anything to address to the board or not. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Seeing nothing else, I would entertain a motion that we adjourn.
I'll move we adjourn.
We moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.